Hi guys, this is Community Starcraft 2. I'm your host Sidewinder, back for more community replays, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Protoss versus Terran. The Protoss player's name is going to be Arcy, who is the red Protoss, and I get it, Arcy, haha, get it? Anyway, he's going to be fighting the blue Terran, who is Targma. They're spawning here on Metalopolis in the top and right hand positions, respectively. I did download this replay off of just a random replay site. I do believe these players are in Diamond. I don't remember because I downloaded a ton of them, but that sounds about right. It looks like Targma is going to go ahead and throw down a supply depot in the smoke, which is slightly unorthodox. Anyway, this game already has a weird vibe to it. I'm not sure exactly what to expect, but the Protoss player is scouting. We'll go ahead and pull up the production tab for you so you can see what's going on. Nothing really interesting right now. I'm going to go ahead and mention that I know a lot of you guys did have replays that you sent to me that you're waiting for me to cast, but I have a huge list of replays that I want to get casted and out there in that order, and this is strange. I was getting the vibe that something was going to be strange from this game. This is a forge coming up first for Arcy, with a probe still sneaking around Targma's base, and here comes a pylon, so we may be seeing a quick cannon rush from Arcy just to try to get on this Terran player's mineral line as soon as possible. And you can see how close the proximity is between the edge of the base and the mineral line. So we'll see exactly what happens with this cannon rush that I'm sure is upcoming based on the body language from the Protoss player. He is floating minerals to put down a couple of cannons right now. Terran player does not really suspect anything is up, but we're going to take a look at his vision, see what you can see. He does not see anything. So if he doesn't catch this early enough, he may be in a lot of trouble. He's now throwing down a supply depot at his wall, and one good combat to cannon rushes is just walling off your front door so that probe can't get in here and place more cannons and whatnot. Here comes the Marine. The Marine mistakenly runs right past the probe, and the cannon starts. So if you're this Terran player, you really need to pull workers to get this cannon down. And again, 4 workers will do the trick. But secondarily, your Marines really need to take care of this probe to put an end to this once and for all. This cannon does actually finish, so that reaction from the Terran player was just a little bit too late, as the cannon had gotten up before it was ready. Off come the SCVs, and he is transitioning into a Marine and SCV all in, holding everything, and floating his base away. Also floating his barracks away over to the Protoss base, landing his orbital command right next to the Nexus and landing his barracks inside. 2 photon cannons are up at the top of this ramp, but they're not going to finish by the time this whole force gets in here, so this is probably going to break down to a worker versus worker battle. Even the mule's in here like, what's up, I'm not going to attack you, I'm just going to run by. Here come the worker versus worker battle. The photon cannon is done, so the Terran player needs to relocate and start prioritizing where he needs to attack. Fortunately enough for the Terran player, he is floating some minerals to get some Marines out of this barracks, and he really needs to get that started. He lands a mule at the opposing player's mineral line, and this mule is mining in the middle of this fight. I cannot believe how weird this game is so far. All these SCVs are trying to focus down the Nexus, and it's almost like the Protoss player does not really know how to engage. Checking back on this cannon rush, there's really nothing else going on. The probe is trying to get that supply depot down and, be a hero for his team while he's out. Another worker fight going on here, and this is nothing but just worker micro, but this Marine is going to change everything, and this Terran player is in such a hilarious position of being able to mine off of his opponent's minerals while his opponent is still in his base. So a supply depot even goes down at the back so that he can get his more Marines out, which is what the trouble was before. Here comes the fight. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I actually should correct myself and say the supply depot wasn't necessary. It could have been one of those things where he's just trying to build a building as a last resort in order to, win, because he'll have more buildings up. If you're this Protoss player, put down a pylon and put up some cannons next to your Nexus so your Nexus doesn't die. There's still small engagements going on here. This Marine is really going to work. Both these Marines, that is, trying to kill some probes. Another mule gets landed here at the enemy's mineral line. It's going to keep mining and returning over to the base. This Protoss player does not know how to handle this, and he's pulling all of his probes, and I don't know where exactly he thinks he's running to. He does have 400 minerals to get set up with a new Nexus, and they did all get spent. did he drop a Nexus somewhere that I can't see on the map, or what? No, he must have just been ghosting it and then canceled it. So I guess he is planning on dropping a Nexus, but this is awesome. This Terran player has officially moved in, said, this base is mine, and he is microing his workers away from this cannon, because this cannon does have 7 range. He'll fire to about right here, just right almost where that probe walked. Down goes the Protoss Nexus. The Protoss is setting up at the gold to get his economy established. Down goes the Protoss Nexus at his main. The Terran player is going to move in his command center and establish his economy, as well as establish a standing army, and eventually try to take out these cannons. He can kill this pylon, which I'm sure he just realizes, so he's going to go ahead and take out the pylon, unpower the cannon. He needs to be careful and not lose Marines here. There we go, and he moves into the right spot, so he can hit the pylon. But he also needs to not lose any SCVs if he can help it. You can see the range does extend that far, so that he can still fire at his mineral line. The Nexus is only about halfway done for this Protoss player. You kind of have to figure he's a little bit dead in the water right now, since he's so far behind in terms of economy and in terms of having anything on the field. And I must have discouraged him enough because he just left the game. That's hilarious. I don't know why this game is still going on. We're going to go ahead and end it since it's basically over. He probably wanted the vindication of killing all the Protoss buildings, but wow, I swear I didn't plan this, but that was 2 cheeses in a row that had really weird results. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you Terran players know that apparently if you're being cannon rushed, just evacuate, fly your base over to his and start mining on his minerals, both for entertainment value and for the sake of apparently it worked in this replay, so maybe it'll work for you. That was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll be casting a lot more community replays before I get back into tutorial series, since I've produced some like hugely long videos that have taken up a lot of time, and I love watching replays like this. So send me some of yours if you have it. You can send them to communitysc2@live.com, and I'll cast them and I'll post them if they're a cool game such as this. Until then, I'll see you guys later.